The first chord progression I'm going to give you is a 1-5 flat 6 to 4 and then back to 1. It's just kind of a classic rock and roll progression. I'm going to show you different ways to play it. But the first one is just straight eighth notes, just going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 like that. But let's count it like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So you're going to have 8. You're going to have, if in 4/4 time, which we are in this first example, you're going to have 4 eighth notes per measure. And you can play these down, up, or you can play them all down. Or you can go down, up, down, up. Obviously you're going to get a different kind of sound if you're playing all downstrokes than if you go down, up. So if I do all downstrokes, sounds like this. If I go down and up, you've got... It's not quite as a driving sound when you do down, ups on your power chords. And what this first progression is since you're in the key of G, you've got G, then E flat 5, then C, which is your 4 chord in the key of G, and then back to 1. And it kind of goes like this. Pretty simple. Now what I'm going to do is show you another example of that, just moving into a different key. You can take that exact same progression and move it up 2 frets, which is a whole step. So you go from G to A, the key of G to the key of A. And so we're going to play that exact same thing, keeping the intervals the same. In other words, from here to this F5, then to your D, back to your A, it's still that 1 flat 6, 4, back to 1, but it's just transposed into a different key. Now we're in the key of A. You might notice I'm emphasizing certain beats. I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. And all I'm doing is, because in a 4/4 time signature, normally the beats 1 and 3 get emphasized the most. So you got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and and when you're playing just kind of riffs like this, you really want to focus on that downbeat, because that's what kind of helps you stay on beat. Because if you just play it straight, like it sounds fine, but it's actually easier to think of it in kind of a chug, like and but you get the idea. And then you can actually move that anywhere you want to on the fretboard. So I went from G up to A, now I'm going to move it all the way down to F. Now how about if I throw in some of those power chords I was telling you about earlier, where we actually have like a slash chord. So we have F here, and then when we go to this D flat, we actually put the A flat on the bottom and have D flat here, A flat, D flat. And then we go to the B flat, let's do the same thing and put F on the bottom. So we kind of get that big, fat, crunchy sound. So it'll sound like this. And you kind of have to anticipate the next chord coming up. And what I'm doing is I'm starting to move on the last and of each measure. So I'm going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. You got to move quick or you're not going to make it to the next beat. Okay, and that's that same progression, and we'll talk about how to expand on that coming up next.